Mega Man 2. All right. Let's finish this game in a display of of glory. That reminds me of a story. I was working at McDonald's. I was working as a janitor for McDonald's, and I was told to clean up the bathrooms. And so I went in there with my bucket and my mop, and I said, this place this is disgusting. Somebody really ought to clean this up. So I stepped out and I looked for a manager, and I said, you got to get somebody in those bathrooms, clean those up. Those are disgusting. And he tells me, that's your job. You're the janitor. And my face when he said that, I got so angry. I took one of those little plastic forks they gave you, and I stabbed him in the face with the plastic fork. And I went to jail. I went to jail for 5 years, actually. And while I was in jail, I befriended a man called Dyrone Tonk. Okay? And he was out in the weight room. He was lifting, and he was picking up about 300 pounds. And I was like, damn, this is a big dude. So I'm like, hey, Dyrone, how come you came into jail? He's like, man, believe this or not, I was working out too hard, and they put me in jail for working out. And I was like, damn. Now that I believe, because that's how it happened to me. That's how I got in jail. Remember? And then, so I'm like, Dyrone, you and me, you know how we break out of here, right? All we gotta do is make a smash hit Christmas album, and we could just buy our way out. I'm pretty sure that's how the U.S. Jail system works. So me and Dyrone, we were both great singers, but we couldn't find usual band players like saxophone, keyboards, guitar. We couldn't find any of that. So we met this other prisoner. This was all during the 80s, keep in mind. There's a man called Joey Bonzo, and he was actually a piano god. He could actually play any instrument, and he could just do it amazing. So we just saw him in the jail. It was like, I'm like, hey, Joey, you want to make a Christmas album? He's like, hey, bitch, I've been making Christmas albums since I was fucking born. That's why they put me in jail, because my new album, Christmas with the Bonzos, it reveals my conspiracy against the president. So I was like, okay, well, Joey, it's time that you finally came back to the Christmas album genre. So me, Dyrone, and Joey Bonzo all formed together to create a super group, and we would go on later to be known as the Beatles. So we started our songs, and the album was looking great. It was set for an early December release, just in time for the holidays, and we shit. And so I'm looking at Dyrone, and I'm like, hey, you gotta stop working out, and you gotta really focus on the project. And he's like, man, you can't tear my life in half like that, It's either both or none, And I didn't really get that. He was like, I either do the Christmas album and work out, or I don't do either. And I just sit there and do nothing. I'm like, Dyrone, your vocals on the second track, Brombo Vacation, were a little lacking. He was messing up a little. I didn't really believe that he was on a Brombo Vacation when I listened to the song. He was like, Brombo Vacation, Brombo Vacation. That's not how you sing it. If I was singing it, I was like, Brombo Vacation, Brombo. And he was like, Brombo Vacation. He didn't really, I don't think he even liked the lyrics, to be honest. I don't even think he knew what a Brombo Vacation was. As we all know what it is, but he didn't know at the time. So there's a lot of hype surrounding the album as it's released, and it actually becomes #1 in the charts. It goes platinum in a day, and then we have enough money to buy our way out of jail. So then You know, Joey Bonzo, he continues his career in music. You know, Tyrone, he goes back to working out. And I go back to this same McDonald's where I stabbed that guy in the face with the plastic fork. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I'm gonna do it again. So I stab him in the face with the fork again. I am sent back to jail, okay? And this is where the story gets intriguing, okay? While I'm in jail, I meet a man called Tyrone Tonk, if you can believe that. I see him working out in the gym, and he's picking up like 300 pounds, I think. And I'm like, damn, you know, this is a big guy. How you gonna pick up 300 pounds? I'm like, Tyrone, you know how we break out of jail, right? We make a Christmas album and we buy our way out. But he's like, well, I can't play the piano, I can't play the saxophone, I can't play the guitar, I can't play the Donkey Kong bongos. I'm like, it's okay, because I know this guy, Joey Bonzo. He's also in the jail, okay? So this is, I'm ingenious. This is just a genius plot I've come up with. So all three of us, we call ourselves the Beetle Brothers, and we come up with a new Christmas album called Christmas with the Cranks. That was a pretty good idea by me. We come up with a new album called Christmas with the Cranks, and on the front, we actually have a picture of Tim Allen. Believe this, Tim Allen, dressed up like Santa Claus. We even got Tim on it, and we released the album. You got glowing reviews. It was hailed as one of the greatest albums of all time. I believe you can look it up on Google. Best albums of all time. It'll be number one most likely. Then we bought our way out of jail, and I went back to the same McDonald's again. All right, and I'm like, hey, guy, I stab him in the face again with a plastic fork. I'm sent to jail, okay? And while I'm in jail, I come up with the ingenious idea. I say, why don't I make a Christmas album with Tyrone Tonk? So we team up with Joey Bonzo, and we make this album, okay? And then I'm like, you know, now that I'm out of jail, I'm gonna go and stab that guy in the face again with the plastic fork. But before the second I get into McDonald's, I see the manager. He's like, "Oh shit, this again for the fourth time." Then all the lights in the McDonald's go out. It's midnight. It's pitch black, and then I just hear, and I'm like, "Oh shit! I know whose entrance music that is." Now entering the ring, Stienfield Billiam. I'm like, oh shit, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta get in the ring. And then my entrance music comes on. I get knocked down, but I will get win. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. Now entering the ring, donkey. I'm never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. We're about to wreck. John Madden comes out of the fucking out of the boxing. He's like, I'm the announcer. I'm John Madden. I'm the announcer for the fight, and we got a marvelous fight today, folks. We got in this corner we have Stienfield. In this corner we have Video Game Dunks, both top fighters. Dunkey has just released a Christmas album, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas with the Cranks. Purchase now on the website. And I'm like, okay, alright, you motherfucker. Stienfield, I'm gonna fight you once and for all. Then he pulls out his super secret boxing gloves that nobody knows about except for me. They're made out of metal. And I'm like, he has an unfair advantage. I'm gonna have to use his weakness against him. So, luckily, I keep Doritos Ranch chips in my pocket at all times. And I bust them out, and I put one in, I place one in his mouth. And he goes, "How did you know?" And then he takes a bite, and the whole arena just starts to crumble, and it's like, and then you can just hear his music comes on, and he's like, he's powering up with the Doritos. I'm like, oh shit, what have I done? You have activated self-destruct. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta escape out of here again like the last time. And then I quick jump on John Madden's back, and he's like, in the new Madden 2013, I have jetpack feet. Get on, kid. Me and John Madden go off into space, and we go through the space hula hoop, and I'm like, and the space hula hoop was like, and I'm like, and as you can hear his music come on. It's like, and then we just see a gigantic Stienfield just chasing us through space, and he's like eating entire space with his black hole mouth. I'm like, oh no, he's sucking us in, John Man. We have to get out of here. He's like, John Man's like, hold